Should you be sorrowful when a black man who's been trespassing in your neighborhood gets killed when he's finally confronted? I'm asking for my white friends.
Doors closing.
New video footage has emerged showing Aubrey was entering this property on multiple occasions at night. Now, the footage that was released by WSAV3 shows potentially 2 separate instances, 3 or maybe even 4 separate instances, where Aubrey was entering this property at night. Footage now exists of him in this property. Take a look at this footage, walking around. Here's footage from the day of the incident, where once again he's entering the property.
Now look, man, we're gonna try something a little bit new today on the subway train, the modern Underground Railroad. I think y'all done forgot how nice it is being outside. So maybe y'all hear the birds chirping and stuff like that. Maybe that'll make you want to get outside a little bit. You know, that's what I'm hoping. But look, let's talk about this. The new developments in the Amaud Aubrey case. Okay, listen. There's video evidence that he was trespassing on other properties, several other properties. You know, as black people, we want to say, well, it doesn't matter. They shouldn't have killed him. It doesn't matter. They shouldn't have killed him. Now, just let me paint the scenario, okay? If your child gets hurt doing the very thing you told them not to do, what you gonna say? Okay, then. Even if they died when it happened, the first thing gonna come to your mind is, I told him not to do that. I told him not to do that. Now, let me tell you the backstory about this neighborhood. They were already being regularly burglarized at the time, okay? People's fishing gear was coming up missing, $2,500 worth of this, and so much money worth of that at this house. And they had already been seeing this guy on video camera walking around the different properties, okay? So when they finally caught him red-handed, they drew down on him. What these guys did was stupid, okay? You don't go after a guy that you know he's a known criminal. You know he's a criminal. You've seen the video. You don't draw down on him with a weapon unless you plan to use it. I'm not accusing them of anything. I'm just saying it was either they planned on killing him or it was just stupid. But again, you see that there was a tussle for the gun. That's why I say to even approach a criminal with a weapon, you gotta know you're probably gonna have to shoot that guy. Okay, especially if you get so close. Now, we can go into other details about the tussle, but my point is this. What happens if they had never seen Amaud Aubrey on video camera walking around those properties and their stuff had not been coming up missing? Because we're not going to say Aubrey was robbing anybody. We're not going to say that he stole anything. But what we do know is that that neighborhood was being robbed consistently at that time. So these guys had a motive to approach this guy. It's just normal stuff. If you see a guy on video camera constantly coming into your neighbor's properties and constantly coming onto your property, when you finally see the guy, there is going to be conflict. Let's not act like we can't also allow natural human element into this thing. Doesn't make it right. It just makes sense. It's not right what they did. I still think it's dumb, but I understand them approaching that guy. I can see 2 guys. There's that dickhead right there. You know, I can see that happening. And so he lost his life because he was somewhere he didn't have no business being, period. And now we're going to take the racism narrative and run with it as if he didn't bring it upon himself. At the end of the day, whether or not it was right that they killed him, whether or not they murdered him, whether or not they sought to do it a long time ago, if they had not seen this man on camera, the question could be asked, would he still be alive? We want to jump to racism? I call it stupid niggerism. Stupid niggerism. I don't even know what the term means, but you can put Amaud Aubrey's picture in a dictionary looking like this. Next to stupid niggerism. I see 2 other stupid idiots who decided they want to play vigilante, and now their lives have changed. Now, the stupid part was getting out of the vehicle with your weapon drawn. You just asking for conflict at that point. You can corner the guy and, you know, at least get close enough to say, yes, officer, he went that way, or he went in that house. Now, if you caught him red-handed in the act, like I said, I can understand you drawing down on the guy. But the next step, you just take the video evidence to authorities. That's all you have to do. I mean, But at the end of the day, Amaud Aubrey took his own life. That's the way I see it. I don't feel sympathy for that dude. I don't feel sympathy for him at all. Racism is not always the problem. Stop jumping to the conclusion. If you worked a 9 to 5, if you didn't steal from folks, maybe you'd be alive. If you didn't rob folks, maybe you'd be alive. If you didn't try to grab the officer's gun, maybe you'd be alive. If you didn't try to fight the officer, maybe you'd be alive. Period. I mean, it's just simple stuff. Simple stuff. Don't reach for your phone when you see the police officer drawing down on you. Duh. It doesn't matter whether or not it's right. It matters what's smart. Duh. Let's make smart choices. And if you still get killed, then it was just your time. I'm Isaiah Gates, and you've been watching the Subway Train, the modern Underground Railroad. Get out, America. Get outside.
Doors closing.